And it's huge on my screen, but probably normal size on yours. So last night... So actually, let me talk about Friday. So Friday, we tested 5236. Grinded our way back up to this pink resistance trend line, which is basically a pink core channel, pink uptrending core channel. We hit it, came back down, and then, well, yeah, we came back down, and this was Friday. So Sunday comes, we continued lower. We hit a low of about 52.40, and then kind of like picked it back up again, and just really flagged under 52.46 and under this pink channel resistance. And then 8 o'clock last night, we got this huge pump, like just, we broke through like 46 and pink channel like nothing. Oh, and I got stopped out. So now I can explain actually what happened. Maybe I can get into another trade. But basically, we broke through these two lines of resistance, flagged above them, and this is essentially where I got into my trade. I got in at around 52.47.75, right when we broke that pink uptrend resistance. I got in 2 contracts, first profit take. Now, I was doing this on 2 different accounts, 2 leader accounts, and then each of these accounts have a follower because I'm copy trading. So I have 2 funded accounts, I copy traded those. Then I have 3 evals that I'm copy trading as well. So they may be a little different on both the accounts, but basically I got in here, 52.47.75. Take profit for the evals was at like 52.50 for 1 contract. And then for my 1 contract on the funded accounts, my take profit was actually up here at this wick around 52.50.75. And then that was it. And then I literally just let this trade go. I moved my stops up to break even. So essentially my stops originally were like down here or even further down. And then honestly, I just moved them up to break even right here at 52.47.75. Overnight, the market got as high as, let's see, the market got as high as 52.64. And you saw it just now. So this was a failed breakout of the 52.61 level. So we broke this out, and obviously it's not surprising because we are basing in a range. What is the range? The range is 52.36 roughly to 52.61. So I'm sure a lot of people this morning were expecting a breakout to the upside. I'm sure maybe some of you actually decided to get long up here and got trapped because you thought it was going to really break out. Well, here's the thing. You cannot trust a breakout. So what you want to do, number 1, is recognize that we're basing. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to recognize that there is a zone. There is a zone, a clear zone of where we're basing, and we are hitting up against resistance, i.e. this 52.61 level. Now, yeah, granted, we've poked out of it twice now. I think actually maybe even... Sorry, let me see. Okay, I think this actually may have been the only 2. Look at the 4-hour. Come on, man. Sorry, let me scroll all the way back here. Yeah, so we really only hit it twice. If you look on the 4-hour, no, it's kind of hard to see. But you have this first breakout, second breakout that we just made. Go back to the 15-minute. So yeah, so that's 3 times we've tested the 52.61 level. I'll show you where that 3 times comes from. So we tested it once here, once here, once here. So we've tested it 3 times. Broke through it only twice. Could this have broken out legitimately on the second time? Of course it could have. But so that's number 1. Identify the base. Number 2, realize, like, know what the range is. Know what the range is and where is your resistance that we're pushing up against. The third thing is, if you see the market come back to that resistance and try to break out, i.e. you don't want to get caught up in a failed breakout, but what you need to see is this high right here. So this high is 52.64. You want to see 52.64 being broke out, because I'm comparing to the previous failed breakout. Okay, if this new breakout can't exceed the previous breakout, then it's not a real breakout. So that's what you need to see if a breakout's actually going to happen. Is it going to break the previous failed breakout, which is 52.64? And if you look at this high right here that we just made this morning, 52.64, exactly to the tick. So we could not break out of it, and hence why we're selling back down. So this makes complete and perfect sense. I got stopped out in profit as expected. Would it have been nice for the market to keep going up? Of course it would have, but that's not the reality. Okay, you can't depend on like what if. You know, you have to deal with what's actually happening, what's happening in front of you. That's what you have to deal with. That's the reality of trading. All right, so now we just sit back. This is a crazy sell-off, and again, it's a crazy sell-off because we made a failed breakout of the 52.61 level, which is totally expected. So now, most likely, we're gonna break through this pink channel resistance. We're gonna break through 52.46. My guesstimate, and again, please, this is not financial advice. Trade at your own risk. Do not follow what I'm doing, please, because you will lose. But my lean for this day, again, is just a lean. It's not something I'm going to be married to or I'm going to be hoping for. I'm going to trade whatever I see. But my lean, or I hate to say prediction, but my prediction for what could potentially happen is that price gets all the way down to 52.36, breaks this prior low that we made on Friday, which was 52.32.75, and we either break lower, test 52.25, reclaim 36. If we can test 25, reclaim 36, that's a solid long right there, because that's basically a liquidity grab of the prior day's low. But again, this is not, I'm not telling you like this is what I expect to happen, this is what should happen. I am just providing a lean. The market can do whatever it wants. I'm going to react to what the market does. If the market does not get all the way down there, what am I going to look for? Well, I'm going to look for the obvious things. I'm going to look for if it can't break below this pink resistance trend line and it reclaims it, you know, by a good buffer. Like if it reclaims above, you know, 52.51 or so, I may take a long on that. If it comes down here, breaks through 52.46 and reclaims that, I may take a long on that. Or especially if it breaks through 46 and then it just reclaims this pink trend line, for sure I'm getting into that. So this is what you guys want to do. This is what you want to get good at. You want to get good at expecting all the possible things that can happen. Okay? Don't get tied to one thought. Don't get tied to one prediction. You want to expect, or you want to make like theories for anything and everything that could possibly happen. Obviously, you have your obvious. It could go straight up. It can go straight down. That's your first scenario. Then your second scenario is, what are my levels? Where am I targeting? And you focus on those areas, okay? This pink channel resistance, major area. It's a major technical structure. This yellow 52.46, it's a major level. So these are the levels we want to play around, that we want to trade around. So see how it goes, and we'll just sit tight. What's wrong? What's wrong? Alright, so we're getting a little bit of reaction here. So yeah, we're getting some reaction at this pink channel. Yeah, so it's looking like... Sorry, guys. Little boy gets what the little boy wants. Little boy wants to trade, we will give him trade. Say hi to the chat, Micah. Say hi. Say hi to the chat, Micah. Say hi. Right to YouTube. Alright, so as you can see, we're breaking through that channel very nicely. Again, want to wait to see what 46 will bring. So, again, off of this pink channel resistance, you know, it was... I want to just point out one thing. There was very high momentum after this failed breakout. So we had the failed breakout, we had high momentum selling, like this candle just, you know, just came smacking down, right? And then it hit this pink trendline resistance. And what did you notice when it hit it? It sort of paused, like it definitely did break through it, but then it kind of paused and it kind of went like, you know, it's kind of dancing around it, went back up. That's a sign that tells you like there's some significance to this area. And again, we've proven it by already, we have the line, and now we've seen price action dancing around this level, which tells us, okay, this is an area of some significance here. So we do want to pay attention to that. Because these are actually how levels are derived. Levels are derived. You see areas of interest where the market sort of like stalls around or dances around. Those may potentially be like significant levels. All right. So as you can see, this level is holding quite nicely, actually. We haven't officially reclaimed it yet, but you could see the reaction. You see what I'm talking about. It's like the market is literally dancing around this level. And so I want to wait to see a couple of things. Is it going to go back above it? And if it is it going to stay above it? Or is it going to continue going downwards? Meaning, if it continues going downwards, how do I know that? It breaks this low it just made. So 52.47.25, there was some demand here and it wicked up. If it comes back down and breaks this, we're continuing to 52.46. So these are objective ways of how you can essentially trade, or at least in my opinion. You have to look at price action. I know a lot of people use indicators. I'm not bashing on indicators. Everyone has their own style. But for me, I like to look at the raw data. What is happening? Because this is ultimately market participants. Like, this is actually what the market is doing. And it can give you a clue. So I also want to make another point that there is a potential for a failed breakdown here. Why? Because we have all of these overnight lows right here. So this overnight base that ES made right here, we've already flushed it. And we flushed it by a good margin. I think we flushed it by... Hold on, Micah. So 52.49, 52.47. So we flushed it by about, you know, three points. Or 2 points, sorry. My math is not mathing. So we flushed it by about 2 points. Generally, yeah, anywhere between like 5 points. More than 10, it's potentially going to be a real move, but at least 5-point flush is ideal. Doesn't always have to be that way, of course. And then you want to wait for the reclaim. So prior low right here, got the breakdown. Whether it's going to be a real breakdown or a failed breakdown seems to be seen. It has reclaimed that line. It has reclaimed the pink channel resistance. Okay, now let's get to business. So this is looking like a good trade. So I'm going to go ahead and take this. I'm going to go ahead and put on the 2 contracts. Alright, let's see if that'll work. There we go. Perfect. So we got filled there. I'm going to put my take profit right there. Stop is good where it is, so I'm going to keep it right there. Again, I'm trading the Apex eval accounts, and I also have 2 funded accounts. I actually have a few more funded accounts that I haven't activated yet, but I'm trying to take it baby steps right now. I don't want to trade everything at one time. Ideally, I want to wait to get 20 contracts, and then I'll trade them all at one time, and I'm going to be very judicious with how I trade them. Because again, you can make a lot of profit on 20 contracts, but you could also lose all if you make mistakes. It is big reward, but it's also big risk if you don't manage your risk well. All right, let me get this down. I'm going to do the same thing on these. I might take profit, my stop loss, enter. Perfect. So we got filled on that as well. Stop loss down there. Just going to modify this to 1 contract so I could have my take profit. And again, if I'm seeing signs of weakness, so again, I got into this trade for a reason, right? I got into this trade because we flushed these overnight lows. We wicked below this pink channel resistance. We did reclaim it. We got as high as 52, 51, 75. Okay. So for me, that's a good starting point. So now we just got to see the continuation. And you got to stay in this. And again, the trade is valid as long as this low holds. So if this reverses, it comes back down and it breaks 52, 47, 25, we're getting out. Easy as that. So I'm glad you guys got to see a real trade on stream. Past few streams I had already been in a trade when I started streaming, so I'm glad you guys got to see me stopped out of a previous trade and enter a new trade. So And there we go. We're getting the push up. So honestly, now I'm thinking, is it possible we get back up to 52.56? Totally possible. Is it possible that we don't get past 52.53? Yes, it's very possible for that to happen too. So I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna be very judicious with what price action is doing, because again, if it can't continue up, then I'm either gonna move my take profit much lower to take a piece out, or I may just get out of this altogether if it reverses. Again, you always have to be thinking about the risks. Yes, it's great if the trade is going your way. That's great. That's not necessarily the hard part, though. The hard part is knowing when to get out. Okay? And that, at that point, you're just sort of predicting as well, because you don't know ultimately what the market's going to do. So all I can say right now is that so far the trade is still valid. We are still above that pink channel resistance. We are still holding that lowest low that it made. That, what was it again, 52.47.25? Yeah. So as long as it can hold that, we're still good, even if the pink channel fails back through, because there's a possibility it can just reclaim it again. I mean, so far it's, well, it was holding nicely. Alright, so we're pushing back up nicely. But we'll see if this thing has legs. If we break 52.55, then I have a lot of confidence we'll get to 52.56. At least I hope. But again, it's not about hoping. It's about seeing what the market will do. And you know what? Because it is the first trade of the day, technically, I may be okay. I'm just gonna bring it to break even. Because why not? Well, at least one contract to break even. Still doing the same thing. I mean, it's definitely pushing up there. So it looks like, you know, take profit may get hit. So I'm just moving my stop up a little early than I normally do. So nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this account. Modify. There we go. Now I'm actually going to go back. Yes, Micah. Yes, Mish. Yeah, see? Oh, it's a little area of significance there. I'm gonna play the devil's advocate right here. Just take a little bit, because I think this may be a basing zone too, or this may be a we fill out zone. So I'm gonna put another stop there. So I'm putting both my stops a little above break even. Why am I doing that? Again, we have rallied most of the beginning of last week. We've built out a base like on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so we've been building out this base. We broke out twice, 2 failed breakouts. The first failed breakout of this base got all the way down to 36. The second failed breakout got to this pink channel right here and reclaimed. So the low was 52.4725. Am I confident that it's gonna continue to hit my take profit? Honestly, not really, because again, if you look at this zone, this is sort of like a basing zone, so I'm expecting it to base here as well. So if it does get down to like where I had my stop loss a little above break even, if it gets down to like 52, 51 or whatever, I'll just call this a trade. I'm still making some profit, like even if it be just a tiny bit. But again, the fact that this is kind of just a basing area, we may be just chopping today is my guess. After this failed breakout, again, I wasn't too hopeful on a sustained breakout. Again, that's why like when I got in here, I moved my stop to break even and then I trailed it, because there's always a possibility of it failed breaking out, and it did. So failed broke out, made a failed breakdown here of these overnight lows. But again, the problem, because this is a base in and of itself as well, that ES is just going to repeat the same cycle here as well. If it based here, most likely it's going to base here. These are what some traders call like fair value areas, where price essentially just consolidates. There's nothing wrong with that. The market has to consolidate in order to grab liquidity and to continue up or down. So that's totally fine. But again, I, for one, don't want to be caught up in just basing. You know, it looked like this was going to be a strong movement back up here, but again, you cannot expect any follow-through with any of your trades, and that's just the harsh reality. So yeah, we got stopped out there. You know what? Still up on the day. So that's not what I was looking for, but thanks. Yeah. Alright, so I'll just keep that here. Oh, this is yet to stop out. Oh, because this is at break even. Yeah, let me just bring that up too. You know, I'm just gonna, again, I want to take a little bit more. I don't have confidence that there's gonna be continuation, at least not on this move. So I'm just gonna call this trade at that. I walked away with a little tiny bit of profit, you could say, but watch it get up there now. And that's fine. The thing you guys also have to understand is that there will always be other moves there will always be more trades. The stock market, the futures market, all the markets, they have to facilitate trade. That is what they do. Price is always moving continuously. Even when we don't see it, price is moving continuously. There we go. Yeah, so see, got stopped out on the second accounts. Like I said, there's a high probability that today just ends up being chop and low quality, no follow through. And the key is being able to recognize those. If you can recognize those days in advance, you will save yourself a lot of trouble. There's a possibility I may not even take another trade today, to be honest with you. Because again, if conditions are going to continue like this, then I'm not going to trade low quality chop. You know, my setup is not present. I have no edge in these conditions. I'm not going to push things, guys. I'm not going to push trades. But we'll stay on for a little bit longer to see what materializes. So at this point, a high quality setup for me would be if we fail, break below this, and honestly break below here, fail, break down this Friday low, and then reclaim. That would be, at this point, that would be the move that I'd be waiting on. Again, can it materialize? Yes. Can it not materialize? Yes. The point is, I have my plan. I'm either going to engage with this level, or I'm going to engage with this level. We've already engaged with this level, or this rising trend line, so I'm not going to put as much weight on this. I want to now see tests at 46 and tests at 36 and see how we react. Alright guys, hang tight for a second, I'll be right back. Wow, we've done a whole lot of nothing. Alright, well, I think by 8, if we haven't done anything, I may call it a stream, guys. It's okay, Abby. It's okay. Sorry for all those distractions, guys. So earlier I talked about the failed breakdown of this purple rising trend line, and we did get it, but it was very choppy. Never got, so far it's not gone to 52.56. If I were to have stayed in this trade, I would have had to hold through all of this, because it was basically basing and choppy here. It's going to do the same here. So I'm not really willing to hold through all of that. Ultimately, is it going to get to where I want it to go? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know, right? And again, it could always fail through here. So I think for me, it was a good try to see if this was going to be a true failed breakdown. And it sort of was, but again, the choppiness around it is just too much, and to me it wasn't worth it. I did squeak by with a little bit of profit. I think I got maybe I don't know, 50 or $100 or something off of that, but you live and you learn. Again, I'd really want to see this line break through, us test 46, potentially even failed breakdown yesterday evening's low. That would be a good failed breakdown, in my opinion. So yesterday evening's low is 52.39.75, so basically 52.40. If we can break through 52.46, fail breakdown the 52.40 level, and then reclaim it, I'd be willing to take that long as well. And then, of course, the ultimate failed breakdown is the Friday's failed breakdown, breakthrough 36, failed breakdown Friday low, which was again 52.33. If we'll break that down and then reclaim, that'd be a good trade. Alright, so it looks like we're getting some sustained selling. We've broken through the pink trend line. Hello, my friend. Welcome to the stream. It's a choppy one today. We have gone nowhere in approximately 45 minutes. No, it was good. I got stopped out this morning. Why? Well, it is a choppy one this morning. So basically, to recap for our audience, I entered a trade right here, 52.47 or 48. And take profit was right here, 52.50. Had two different take profits though for two different accounts. My other account, my take profit was right here. Market eventually hit those. I trailed my stop up to break even, and then overnight, market got to a high of 52.64, and then this morning I trailed my stop up to around here, 52.54.75. Got stopped out this morning because of this failed breakout. And then this failed breakdown of this pink trend line materialized. I took that for a couple points, but then realizing it's potentially going to base and chop just because it based right over here. It's going to base again over here. So I ended up getting out of that failed breakdown trade for a couple points in profit. And just got in, trailed my stop up to a little above break even. Got stopped out. And now we are here. So right now, again, market's just chopping. We want to wait for a couple of things. We want to wait for the break of this trend line and to hit 52.46 and then reclaim. Or break through 46 hit 36, flush the Friday low of 52.33, and then reclaim that. So those are the potential scenarios for today. Again, we're just going to trade what the market gives us. You want to trade what we're seeing. We don't want to predict. All right. So we're breaking through that trend line nicely. We've already tested it a few times. Huh? Yeah, what? What? And yes, you're not muted, bruv. I know I'm not. I don't know why I decided to type in the chat, but yes, take your base hits. Don't be greedy. Live to fight another day. All those wonderful sayings. I'm having issues because the chat box. There we go. Okay, finally. I was working hard all day to try to get this chat box back next to my screen. The chat box had popped out, so I was trying to move it everywhere. That's kind of why I went silent, to try to move the chat box, because I saw your comments, but I couldn't see it. Didn't I say before that Mondays are usually choppy? Here's the reality. Any day can be choppy. That's the reality. Any day can be choppy, but you want to pay attention to when a rally happens. I missed a good buy opportunity, yes, because the paper trading account doesn't let you... Oh, why is this? Doesn't let you what? I can't see the rest of your comment. Anyways, you could have chop on any day, in particular after rally days. So last week, at the beginning of last week, we rallied on Monday and Tuesday. Granted, it was kind of like a slow grind up, but we still rallied upwards. The days after a rally tend to be choppy because the market resets, okay? The market can't go all the way up or all the way down in one straight shot. It doesn't let you set up more than one alert. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's... Yeah. Well, actually, no, that's not true. I mean, you can set up multiple... Oh, the paper account doesn't. Really? Well, that's interesting. Let's try it out. But basically, what I'm trying to say is, you want to watch out for post-rally days. Like, say, if there's a day that we rally and you didn't get into a trade, be very careful the next day, because generally like the days after rallies tend to be chop because the market has to reset. It needs to grab liquidity to continue up or continue down. And that's why there's a lot of consolidation or sideways trading, because that sideways trading is to trap participants. It's to trap people thinking that the market's going to go up or it's going to go down. Okay? So those are very good liquidity grabs for the market. And once it has enough liquidity, they can continue up or continue down. But you never know when the market's going to go up or when the market's going to go down or when the market's going to trade sideways. The only reason I knew on this trade that this is going to be a chop trade is because we had already based right here. Okay? This is the overnight price action. So when we sold back down after this failed breakout, we sold back down, made this failed breakdown of this pink trend line and came back up. And then we were like hitting up against these levels right here, like hitting up against 52, 50, 52, 54 and all that. And we weren't really getting the push higher that we needed. I knew that we're just going to repeat the behavior of this area right here. We're just going to continue chopping in this area as we did in this area. So that's actually why I got out a little above break even. And again, like I was still waiting. if the trade had gone to where I wanted it to my take profit at 56, I still gave the trade enough room to do that. So I got in initially, had my stop down here, moved it up to break even when I realized I feel like this may not be going anywhere. So then when it actually continued to go up a little bit, I actually trailed it up above break even to get a little of a piece, because I knew that there's a high probability that it was not going to go anywhere. Again, that's just from context. That's just from after rallying last week, after chopping in this area overnight, after this failed breakout, and the thing is, with a failed breakout or any sort of liquidity grab, like, let me explain. So you have this failed breakout right here, right? And we sold all the way down to 52.32.75, okay? So if this area caused this sell, okay? We came back up to it last night or early this morning and we sold again. What do you think the magnitude of this sell is going to be? Is it going to be greater than this sell, or is it going to be less? Like, is it going to be like this sell right here? Is this sell going to be as significant as this sell or less? And the truth is, it's more so going to be less, and I'll tell you why. Every time price tests an area or tests a level, the supply or the demand, depending on what you're testing, if it's a resistance, then you're draining supply. If it's support, you're draining demand. Okay, so in resistance areas, you're draining the supply. So we've already drained a big chunk of the supply in that area. So from this test right here, we sold all the way down to 52.32, and then we came back up there. We tested it again. We drained the supply even more. So now there's not as much arsenal in this area as there was the first time, if that makes sense. So now I expect that this is potentially not going to be as hard as a sell as the first time, if that makes sense. But again, that's not always the case. But that also kind of explains why we're chopping right now, because there's not enough juice to continue us going down. So that's why we're taking a pit stop right here, chopping, grabbing liquidity, and we're going to continue either one of the two ways. Either we're going to go back up or we're going to go back down. I know it sounds very generic, but that's the truth. So draining supply, that's a key thing of price action. We tested resistance once, and we had a huge sell to 52.32. We got back up to that area again, draining supply again. So now the amount of supply in that area is going to be less than there was, or not as aggressive as in the first instance. Because even though we hit it, we still sold off, but we did not sell off as hard as we did the first time all the way down here. So that's why we're sort of in a stalemate right now. We're in a stalemate because we've tested this area again. We don't have enough juice to continue downwards. Although like a flush downwards will be nice for longs, because we will grab more liquidity to the downside, trapping people that are going short and then reversing. So we do actually want it to go a little bit further down. But if it does not, that's okay. We could still consolidate, grab liquidity, and that'll still give us enough juice to go back up to the upside. Oh, also, so I'm in a paper account. Let me see if I can credit an alert. So there's one alert right here. This little gray tick right here, I don't know if you can see it. This is an alert. And then, yeah, there's your second alert. So you can have more than one alert. So I'm gonna get rid of those. But again, I'm on the competition account, so I don't know if it's the same case. Let me just go to the actual just gonna go to my paper trading account. Accounts. There you go. So let's see. Let's try to set up another alert. 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 Yeah. So I don't know why you're having trouble putting alerts on. I can put alerts just fine. You just have to put them in from the chart. So I don't know how you're doing the alerts, Christian, but generally, well, in any instance, you want to go to the chart, click this plus sign, and this will give you the ability to add the alert, buy, sell, create an order, draw a line. So I generally do all this stuff off the chart. I'm also in this paper trading competition on TradingView, and I'm up a little bit, but most likely not going to win this competition. But hey, at least I made some profits, right? All right, let's go back. Let's go back to the real stuff. I'm actually going to... Alright, so we're back on the eval accounts. Just gonna wait. Is Mama coming? Mama coming? No? I see. It's okay. Yeah. No personalized alerts. No, the personalized alerts is what is limited. So if you draw 2 trend lines, you'll only be able to put an alert on one of them. Are you sure? Cause I click. Oh, you mean like a trend line? Hold on. Add alert on parallel channel. I see. Well, actually, there's settings right here, Christian. So I just clicked on it. So if you click on like your trend line, the trend line that you actually draw, you right click on it, and then you go to add alert on parallel channel. Because TradingView goes by like what the actual structure you're drawing is. So like in this case, I drew a channel. It recognizes that it's a channel. So you can specify what the alert is, whether it's entering the channel, whether it's exiting the channel, whether it's inside or outside the channel. And you could trigger it. It says only once per bar closed, once per bar, once per minute. You can name the alert, and then you can have a message. So I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, or are you saying you want to do 2 separate alerts for the same channel, for example? I think I just have the regular. I mean, I may be on a free trial, to be honest with you. Or I may actually, sorry. I think I did have the I did have one of the plans, but I canceled it. So I probably still have that plan until a later date, until it gets expired, but I don't recall it being too much. I think it was just like 20 bucks or something, so. But this was a while ago, so I probably still have that plan. That's probably why you're seeing this, but I would imagine on the free version you could do that too. I mean, anyway, I canceled mine, so like it should be canceled. I think I have it till May 16th, possibly. That's why I'm able to enter the competition. But honestly, man, TradingView I think is worth it. Like, cause I've tried other platforms before. Like, I've also tried MotiveWave, and No disrespect to Motivewave. I think they have a great platform. But I think it's too... It is a little too complicated for the average user. Granted, you could always learn and stuff, which is great. But you want something more... I don't know, I hate to say user-friendly. But you want something more succinct, you know? And the way... Like, they had... the thing I did like about Motivewave is the way you entered entered orders. Like, the way you entered advanced orders, like your limit and, like, your take profit and stop loss. It was one shot. Yeah, I think you should, man. Like, I think I should too. There is a lot to TradingView, and I feel like TradingView is like the Apple of trading platforms, in my opinion. Alright, so... We're definitely breaking below the pink channel. Or, sorry, below the pink resistance of the channel. So technically now we are in the channel. Yeah, like, even the free version of TradingView is really good. I don't know why the market decides to get choppy every single time I decide to stream. Like I said, I think it's just gonna... I think it's gonna be pretty slow action today. Again, we need to break this low. We need to break this 52.47.25 low to actually continue lower. So far we've tried, but we have not done that. Be right back. Calm down. He's like, no. The white one? My son drives a hard negotiation. Alright. Yep. Yeah, like I said, a little quality action. What time do you actually have to start work, my love? 9, or do you want to start earlier? Are you sure? I may not need to, honestly. I'm thinking of actually shutting it down early. So are you getting used to ES, Christian, or do you like ES? And what do you think of it compared to gold? Oh boy. No, he's touching the keyboard. Alright, I think we get it. I think we get the flush of 52.47. There we go. There we go, finally. Alright, I want to see 52.46 flush now. And I want to see us break down below 52.40.75. Why? Because that is yesterday evening's low. Again, the key thing with failed breakdowns is you want price to flush a previous low. Either an intraday low, a previous day low. However, if it's a low from way further back, like a low from a week ago, you got to be careful with those. ES seems less volatile than gold, but respects trend lines. It does. It really does. Ironically, platinum has been the best for me thus far. That's great, man. Yeah, honestly, trade whatever you feel comfortable with. I agree. I think ES really respects trend lines a lot more. Gold is super volatile, and it can just run and like crack through levels like it's nobody's business. So, yeah, I mean, that's why I don't really... when I did trade gold for a little bit, I was like trading ES as well, or like SPY. I was trading ES essentially, but I had shifted from trading ES to trading gold, and honestly, gold I think is way more difficult to trade. Like, Adam, my mentor, basically trades like crude oil and like some other things and natural gas. And he says those are really volatile, like I think similar to gold. And far higher difficulty level for like new traders like us. So ES is definitely very tamed, and I'm really thankful and grateful for that. It gives you a good starting point. I feel like I may just be trading ES for most of my trading career, to be honest with you. Like, I agree with you. It just respects lines so much more. Although when it chops, man, it can really chop. Right, mish mish. Right, mish mish. Right, mish mish. Alright, so we've tested 46, and we may be getting a failed breakdown of this as well. Again, I want to just wait. I want to take my time. $52.48. If we can sustainably get above 52.48, bless you. If we can sustainably reclaim or stay above 52.48, I may get in a level to level long. Essentially, one targeting the pink trend line, and then the second one I'll leave as a runner. Trying to take base hits, man. You put the chart time into ES too, so that makes sense. Yeah, I put a lot of chart time into ES, so that's why I trade it. I did put some chart time into gold as well, but again, gold is... I feel like my learning curve with gold is much higher than it is with ES. Thank you, my love. Are you sure?
Yeah. Okay.
Trading my son for a sandwich. Alright, so we're above 48. Now we're at 48, 70, 50, 75, 25. This thing's like an auction. Literally, the market is an auction. So, I think I'm going to take a stab at this. What account? Yeah, we're on the eval. I'm going to go ahead and take a stab long. I'm going to do a 1 contract for now. Hit the bid. There we go. God, I wish I could. I wish these notifications wouldn't just pop up all the time. It's kind of annoying, actually. All right. So that's my 1 lot. I'm okay with the stop being down there. Honestly, no, I'm not okay with the stop being down there. That's way too much risk. Just gonna leave it right there. Again, the RR is not making sense. Totally understand. Again, I am self-monitoring this trade, so I most likely will not even let it get down to my stop. If we break this lower low, this wick that we just made, this 52.45.50, obviously I'm getting out. But I want to take a stab at this potential failed breakdown. So that's 2 trades that have been on stream now.
No, Mama's still right here. No, I'm not gonna go myself.
This is delicious. Thank you, my love.
The bread is not soft now. Baby, no. What's wrong? Look, 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 look. Look, 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 look. Like this. So you're not eating all the sandwich. You can't eat it. It's too much.
All right.
Dave, how much milk did you drink? Is this still in the bottle? Can you make another one? Oh, the bubbles can be in the bottle. I think you finished it. Hey, Miss Mouse. Hey, Miss Mouse. Miss Mouse. Thank you, Bubba. Thank you, Bubba.
All right. Still dancing around above 52.46. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add my second contract now,
Micah, can Mama feed you, please?
just because, you know, we seem to be holding it nicely. I want to go ahead and just take it. There we go. So now I'm 2 contracts in. Got my stop down here. I'm gonna take off this take profit because I'm gonna have the second as a runner, and I'll trail my second one as a trail my stop loss to break even. Let's go ahead and replicate this on that. Oh my gosh, where's the... Why is this not working? Alright, whatever. In the bid. Alright, now I'm 2 in as well. Here. Why can't I move this panel down? Wow. Oh, that's why. Okay. So now, too long in. Like I said, I'm going to move my take profit to right here. I know it seems a little close, but again, the next resistance up is this pink trend line. So I'm okay with that. Again, I know the risk and reward looks really off, but again, the fact that I have a second contract as a runner is going to mitigate that for me. So I know my RR looks completely backwards. Like, this is basically a 1 to 2, so I'm risking 1 to, like, I'm risking 2 to make 1. It makes no sense. But again, you have to think about that runner, because that runner is essentially a lottery ticket for you. So see? Pink trend line is now resistance. It was support, it's now resistance. Alright, so we're still holding. This is giving me confidence. We're testing that pink trendline resistance from underneath. We're testing it pretty good. Yep, we broke through it. Just waiting. We've already marked the path. Let's go. There we go. All right. So our first take profit just got hit. I am moving my stop loss now to break even. Ironically, took out both my stops. So now my stop's at break even. Risk-free trade. Now I go to my other account. Or accounts, I should say. Alright. And again, I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to put my stop loss at break even. What? Cancelled. Alright, I'm not sure what that was about. Anyway, got my stop at break even right here. So risk-free trade. And this is another, honestly, this is another good trade. I'm not going to lie. We've had one good trade from overnight. Got another trade this morning. A little bit above break even that stopped us out. And now we got this failed breakdown trade. Did take a piece out. Now still also at break even. Okay, we got stopped out. You know what? That is totally fine. We got our base hits, and that's what we wanted. And, yeah, now we're just chilling for the rest of the day, honestly. Like, we took our piece, we're out. So I think if we include last night's trade, I've taken a total of 3 trades. So that's really where I stop. I stop at 3 trades. Still monitor this one because this is on the eval. Still have not gotten stopped out of this one. I also have a little cheat sheet on my desk showing me all the candlestick patterns, which is nice. Again, I don't really use this. I don't like look at specific candle patterns themselves, but it's nice to know. So this pattern that we got right here, if it continues to go up, I would say this is forming a hammer candlestick pattern right here. I mean, not really, because there's still kind of a wick on the other side of it, but the closest resembling pattern to this is a hammer candle, so. Just some little candlestick education for everybody. All right. Stopped out on all accounts. It's been a good day. I do not want to give back my gains. So at this point, we're just going to stay sidelined. Unless something really, really impressive occurs, which again, I already took my piece, so it has to be a really good setup for me to get back in. If the market doesn't do something significant before I finish the sandwich, calling it a stream. I think we're getting a continued flush, possibly. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Again, I want to see 46 flush through. Flush below 52.40, which is right here. It's got to flush 52.40, maybe even test 52.36. Reclaim 52.40. Get long at around 43. Or 42, yeah, 42 or 43. And then take it level to level. So 46 will be the first level up, and then I'll have a runner. But we shall see, my friends. We shall see. Hate to sound like a broken record, but please, this is not financial advice. Take your own trades. Please do not copy my trades, especially if you don't know what you're doing, because you will lose. Not talking to you, Christian. This doesn't include you. I know you do your own thing, but... And also, you're not so much of a beginner, so... But really, not only beginners, anybody. You've been trading for a while. You know better than to copy other people's trades. So, don't do it. Have your own plan. The market is creative, so you have to be creative. All right. All right, we got that nice flush. Still got a little bit of ways to go. Yes, dude, we're getting it. We're getting it on stream. All right. We're at the 41 level. We want to see a break below 52.40. 52.40 is the breakdown target. If we can break down through that... Oh, wait, why do I still have this here? It's a good thing I caught that. Let me just make sure it's not on any other accounts. I'm not trying to have a trade that I don't know about. Okay, I don't have it on anywhere else. Okay. All right. There is some potential here. The other scenario, too, is that this is a more proper fail breakdown of 46. So 46 is here. We flushed by about 6 points. So within that 5 to 10 point buffer. if we actually reclaim 46 from here, I would be willing to take along at 48. Again, the other scenario is we break below 52.40, we test 36, we break back above 40, and then we take it long from there. Few scenarios for this trade.
Hello? Hi, Mom. Did you call me earlier? That's really funny. Oh, pick what Ellie. Give it for him in the socks. I think that's a different kid. An adult. He's taking it. He's finishing up his stream and then he's gonna come take your car for a car wash. We're doing right now. Come take his car for a car wash and then, your car for a car wash and then, you get to 11, huh?
All right. We just back tested slightly, 52.46. We are, looks like we're breaking through it. Again, I want a sustained reclaim 46. What does that mean? Either a candle close above. Really, that's about it. I just want to see a candle close above 46. Okay, so clearly 46 is not the liquidity zone. That's going to bring us back up, and that's totally okay. So from here, we sort of back tested it and rejected. So we're probably just going to test this area a little bit more and then move lower. Again, we're probably going to move lower. We're going to break 52.40, maybe even test 52.36. I want that reclaim of 52.40 to get long. So after 52.40 reclaims, I'll most likely get in around 43. Why 43? Because it's above these lows. And I mean, you could also get in at 44 too, to be honest, to be above these wicks and above this low, which is probably safer. But again, that doesn't give you enough buffer between from when you get into your next level up. So I do want to take a little bit more out of this, so that's why I'm willing to get in at 43. I know. You want me to grab him?
Look at the pictures of you.
Again, on choppy days like this, you cannot expect any follow-through. The moves that you think will go high and far or low and deep tend to be fake outs and tend to trap a lot of people. Again, that's the harsh reality is that the market is meant to trap. It's meant to trap us. It's meant to trap other institutions. It's meant to trap anybody. It doesn't care who. It's meant to trap, to grab that liquidity and to use that liquidity as fuel to continue running up or running down. Yeah, if we don't move lower soon or even higher soon, my guess is that we probably just start consolidating here. We probably just start trading sideways. And that will probably be the rest of the session, honestly. Until 11 or whenever. But I'll be patient for another 15 minutes. Once 9 hits, I'm probably going to call it a stream. We got our piece out. We got our level to level, our base hit for the day, so we're good. Anything else is just extra. So that's what you have to tell yourself. It's like you take your piece out, you plan your shot, you take your piece, stay on the sidelines. If another opportunity does present, then you got to make sure it's a A+ setup, A+ opportunity. You take it, and then that's it. Like, that was your extra piece. So you can take a piece. Anything after your initial piece is extra. And that's how you have to think. If you want to have sustained growth, you need discipline. You need to learn to say when enough is enough. I know I had issues doing that when I first started. I would hold way too long. I would just chase every move. I would flip long and short. And I ended up with catastrophic amounts of drawdown. And unfortunately, like, that's, for some people, that's how it has to be for you to learn. For others, they could paper trade an account just fine, get the same experience, and then go from there. But the point is, you cannot do this unless you manage your emotions and you have discipline. Those are the key things. Manage your emotions, gain discipline, and then if you have a plan and you have a strategy, you combine all those things, and you can and will become profitable. So far we got 2 candle closes below 46, which is a good sign for more downside. But again, how we get to that downside remains to be seen. Ooh, the sun's almost coming out. We could either get there with large sells, or we will get there with consolidation and choppy price action. So you always want to give price the chance to show its hand. It's like a poker game. Let the other guy show his hand, or like reveal himself. And that's what we're doing here. We want price to reveal its hand, to reveal itself for what it has in store. And honestly, so far, the store has been pretty choppy. I want to see 48 clear sustainably for me to get long. And if it doesn't happen in the next 10 minutes, or 7 minutes, calling it a day. As many other people should. All right. Gonna go ahead and take a 1 contractor. Bid.
Order submitted.
More? Are you still hungry?
I'm gonna have my stop below this lower wick,
Are you still hungry?
and we're gonna see how it plays out.
You hungry?
I think I'm gonna take this on.
Nothing, I'll make another box.
Take it on this account as well. Just gonna take a two lotter on the evals. Hit the bid.
Order submitted. Order submitted.
Perfect. Move the stop up to below this wick. Move my take profits right here. All right. So we're set up on that account. Won't have to do anything on there. Going back up here to the funded. Yeah, just taking a 1 contract on the funded. I don't want to take on too much risk on that. What kind of trading view account do you have again? Regular, plus, or premium? So I initially had regular. It's whatever version you don't have to pay for. And then I think I ended up getting a trial of the plus, maybe. And then ended up getting a month of plus or premium. One of those. I think it was the cheapest one you can get. I got a month of that, and then that's going to come to an end, I think, on the 16th. So I think that's probably what's still active, because maybe you're not seeing things that I'm doing. So that's probably why. But again, mine's going to come to an end on the 16th. I don't think it's going to have too much of a bearing on trading, to be honest with you, because I don't use bar replay that much, and really it's not going to affect your day-to-day day trading. So, all right. So I feel like you have some extra features that I don't. Yeah, that's probably what it is. I mean, $20 a month. That's not bad. If you're trading profitably, I mean, it pays for itself in no time. Again, I just did like a 1 month and then I canceled it, just because I don't want to have that recurring payment. But again, we'll see. For example, you see how you can quickly switch between the 5-minute and 4-hour time frame. Oh, that's interesting. You should be able to do that even on free. Like, that's not something you have to pay for. I've always been able to do that. So I don't know if it's... I don't know. Yeah, totally worth it. Pay for the yearly. It's cheaper. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, the way I got started on TradingView was I hadn't paid for it in months. And then I got that free trial, and then I think maybe I paid one time. But other than that, I have not been paying for it. And I'm able to access all these features. Again, there's some features that I'm sure I probably won't be able to access after the 16th. But for the most part, these time frames, they should be there even if you're not paying for it. I'm going to go ahead and take another one on. I like to scale in with the funded accounts just because, again, I don't want to take on too much risk. You could always scale in. You don't always have to get in right away. There we go. We got in 2. Going to do the same thing. Put my stop underneath this wick. And I'm... Oh, no! This was 46, right? Yeah. Then I'm going to take out this contract.
Order canceled.
Or, sorry, that take profit. The only thing I hate is that sometimes your levels can move around if you're not paying attention. Like, you can accidentally move your levels. That's the thing. 52.46. Okay, yeah. Still got 46. Alrighty. I think also what I may do is just move it down to these candle bodies right here. Again, I've already taken my piece out for the day. I'm going to be very judicious and very, like, conservative about my take profits on a, I guess what, this is a third, so overnight trade, morning trade, the one that was just above break even. Then we had, I think, another level to level piece that was around this channel right here. So that was trade number 3. So technically this is trade number 4. So I am exceeding my number of trades that I can take. Again, that's okay because I took my time and this ended up forming into a good setup that I would normally take. Again, we have the overnight lows here, failed, broke, over, down, flush the overnight lows here. Again, I did ideally want it to flush this prior evening low, but it may or may not matter. I don't know. It just, all I only know is overnight lows are here. We flushed down it. We reclaimed. We're holding above it. So far, again, trade is valid. So we are now set up on both accounts. I think on my evals, I'm gonna move it down again to the candle bodies. Again, I want to be conservative. I've already taken my piece out the market. This is just extra. So again, highly emphasizing the fact that this 4th trade is extra. Ideally, I do not want to take on any drawdown. I've already taken my piece out for the day. I don't want to be greedy. And so yeah, that's basically my thought process. So if I get up here, if it hits my take profit, great. I'll do what I always do, trail my stop up to break even. Other books I do recommend if you guys are into reading is Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. That's a great psychology book, and The Disciplined Trader. Those are 2 great trading psychology books I highly recommend any trader read. And then finally, the Trading Book by Anne Marie. That's, again, more so technical analysis, more so intro into indicators, Bollinger Bands, things like that, moving averages. So those are essentially the three that I recommend. The trading book, Trading in the Zone, The Disciplined Trader, and then if you want more technical analysis, just like a quick read, the only technical analysis book you'll ever need. Actually, let me go back to the page that I was on. Kind of forgot what page I was on, but it's fine. Mastering the markets. Yeah. So there's that. Okay. Waiting for the take profits so we can just get out, call it a day. We'll really not fully get out. We're just gonna trail up the stop to break even. You do this on every single trade, every single time. All right, almost there. Once we hit the take profit, probably just gonna call it a stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys got a lot of value out of it. And I hope it makes you a more consistent trader, because that's obviously what we're all trying to become, right? We're all trying to become more consistent traders, more profitable traders for sure, because you can be consistently a loser, and I know we all are in the beginning, but you want to flip that around, so you technically always start out consistent, but you just want to change it from consistently losing to consistently winning. So this is how you do that. Those traits, your discipline, your patience, knowing where you're going to trade, knowing the zones and the levels that you're going to participate with, those are all key things, right? So order canceled, baby. We hit our take profit. Guess what? I'm going to trail the stop. Trailing the stop. And I'm going to do that on the other account. I don't know where my stop is on this one. I feel like sometimes my stops just vanish, so I don't know. Regardless, I'm going to put my sell stop right there. Alright. Got my stops at break even. Up on the day. Took my pieces out of the market 4 times. Could not ask for anything better than that. I hope you guys gained a lot from this live stream. I know I have. I learned a lot. I'm always learning. I'm always trying to get better. And you should too. You should always try to keep learning. Always try to get better. If you fall or if you have a losing day, don't let it take you out. Don't let it psych you out. We're going to have red days. That's the reality. You're always going to have red days, but you need to learn how to limit those red days. I try to limit my red days as much as I can. Like, I think my last red day I had lost $175. That is very good compared to what I used to lose. You know, I'd rather lose $175 or even $200 or $300 than losing thousands of dollars. So that's how you have to look at it. If you're going to have a red day, keep it small, keep it tight, let your winners run. I hope you guys have a good day. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you probably in a month. Bye. Trade well, guys.